Hi, I'm Priyanka Chandel and I am an MBA student from Delhi. Today, it is my great fortune to have gathered here with other young people in the presence of His Holiness Swami Mukundanand. 1 year back, I came across Swami Mukundanand's lectures on YouTube, and thereafter, I started following him on Facebook. My journey so far has been one that is full of inspiration and loving guidance of Swamiji. Often, young people like myself find ourselves struggling with a number of questions in everyday life. These questions could come from our personal, professional, or spiritual lives. But what could be better than having Swamiji answer our questions himself? Pranam Swamiji. I'm going to start my job in June, and I was wondering if I look forward to have a successful career, will ethics and values see me through life?
Ethics are principles that you believe in. They are convictions that you hold within yourself. These provide the guideposts in the journey of life. So, whenever you have a situation in front of you where you have to choose between alternatives, at that time your values they help you make the proper decisions. They also provide the support system in your journey of life. However, that is not enough. To have good values is not sufficient. There are people who have good values, but they are always struggling to live by them. So, we must be able to implement our values in our life. That is why the first step is to be very clear about our own values. For example, as an exercise, put down in writing what is it that is important to you in life? What are the principles that you wish to uphold and the ethics that you wish to pursue? Now remember that these values will not necessarily remain the same in the journey of life. Recently, while on my way to Rameshwaram, on the flight to Madurai, my co-passenger was a techie from Boston. So he was going back home to meet his parents living in the very spiritual town of Madurai. And he started sharing his sentiments with me. So he was saying that he was brought up in a very spiritual environment and he was very religious in his childhood. But then his life in Boston made him shed all his beliefs. And for so many years now, he has got no belief in God. So the values with which he grew up did not remain. The influence of our association impacts our values. Our scriptures inform us that Kans, when the eighth child he came to kill, and Yogamaya was there in his prison in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, and he lifted her up in the air to smash her down. She rose up in the sky and announced that, how can you kill me? The person who is going to kill you is already in Vrindavan. At that time, the Bhagavatam says that Kans repented tremendously. Aho bhaginyaho bhama maya va batapapmana purushad iva patyam bahavo hinsita suta. He said, I have been so cruel. I have killed your children like a demon. Please forgive me. He repented, he fell at their feet. However, when he went back to his assembly of Rakshasas, Agasur, Bakasur, Dhenukasur, they said, अरे तुम किस चक्कर में पड़ गए? ये तो विष्णु है, ये तुमको मार डालेगा. And being influenced by their opinion, again he said, all right, take Vasudeva and Devaki and put them back into the prison. So his values got affected by his company. When Vibhishan left Lanka and came to Ram, at that time Ram advised Vibhishan He said, Baru bhalavas narak karatata dushta sang jani deha vidhata. He said, O Vibhishan, it is better that the Creator gives us residence in hell than his giving us the association of an evil minded person. Because that evil minded person will influence us, will change our values. On the other hand, there is satsang that helps us develop and nurture values. For example, the same scriptures again tell us, Ek ghadi ghadi, आधी में पुनि आध तुलसी संगत साधु की कोटि kate aparadh. Association with saintly personalities helps us develop good values. So, to have good values is one thing. To nurture them, to strengthen them, to implement them is a constant process, a constant struggle. So, this requires three things. Firstly, hearing, listening, reading to good thoughts, to good knowledge. And that is where the scriptures come in. You expose yourself to the wonderful knowledge of the scriptures and the knowledge of the Guru by listening and hearing to him. This is called Shravanam. And then what you have heard, you contemplate over it repeatedly so that the knowledge sticks with you. Just knowing is not enough. To be able to live by it, that knowledge should be strong in your mind. There is a story in the Vedic scriptures, Tattva Vismaranad Bhekivat. It is said there was a king. He fell in love with an Apsara. So the Apsara said, I am Shrapit, I have been cursed. The person who marries me, if he ever sees his reflection, he will turn into a frog. So the king said, that is no problem at all. I am so powerful, I will order that there should be no reflecting materials in my kingdom from today. With that assurance, he got married. They lived happily for some time. And then one day, the king went for a hunt into the forest. He went here, he went there. He became thirsty. Now the thirst finished the knowledge in his intellect. So to take a drink of water, he stooped down to a lake. And without realizing it, he saw his reflection and turned into a frog. So our scriptures say, Tattva Vismaranad Bhekivat. The moment a human being forgets knowledge, that human being descends to the level of an animal. So to be able to live by those values, we must revise them consciously and continuously. This is the process of Chintan or Manan. And finally is the step of Nididhyasan, or developing a firm belief in them. This belief, these values that we have, they don't come by themselves. They are created by a conscious decision from our side that this is what we want. So that constant decision has to be an exercise from our side. If that is strong and resolute, then these values bring about a miracle in our lives. So if you see, the most commonly quoted example in modern times is the example of Mahatma Gandhi. The value he decided to live by is Satya and Ahimsa. And his belief in those values was so staunch that no situation could veer him off those. And no matter how strong the provocation was from the British government at that time, He insisted that he will pursue the value of non-violence, and that is why he is held in such high regard decades after him, not only in India but around the world. Similarly, you have the God realized saints who lived by that principle of love for God being the foremost value in their life. The example of Mirabai and Saint Prahlad, etc. And that is what made their lives shine so radiantly throughout, inspiring people throughout the world. So, if we want our values to bring about that miracle in our lives, we must constantly endeavor to nourish them, to cultivate them, and to reinforce them by this conscious process of hearing, contemplating, and then deciding with the intellect.